guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome if you are new. Today we are going to go through the 5 books that have been on my TBR for a while and I've not yet read for reasons that intimidate me. So the first up is Night Shadow. I keep putting this off because I think that I'm going to love this series just as much, maybe if not more, than Spellslinger, because recently I've got more into adult. This is an adult series. It's by Sebastian de Castell, if you don't know, and it follows greatcoats who used to serve the king that no longer serve the king. The relationship between the characters, just the world building, de Castell's writing, it's all things that are just tick tick tick, chef's kiss in my opinion. A couple of reasons why this intimidates me. I'm scared that people in this that I like are going to get hurt and or die. And I was already broken slightly at the Spellslinger series. And any of the main characters in this, if anything was to harm them, you know, you get attached. And I've got attached to all 3 main characters in this. I know that there are some torture scenes in the following books, and and I'm also nervous that in my heart of hearts I know I love it, but there's that niggling feeling like, what if I don't? What if I don't enjoy this as much as I think I'm gonna do? Because I've got into de Castell from basically book 1 of Spellslinger. I've gone into Castell thinking 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, and they have all been 5 stars so far. But now that I've set the bar there, I'm just scared. So I've not picked this one up. Next one is Muse of Nightmares. I've been looking for this for ages, and I was saying that until I got this, the reason why I haven't picked it up in any other format is because I was waiting for the physical read so I could physically read it and get the audiobook and just have the same experience with Muse of Nightmares as I did with Stranger Dreamer, which I loved and gave 5 stars to. Realistically, the reason I haven't picked it up is because I've heard very mixed reviews about this book. I've heard mixed reviews about Stranger Dreamer, which is fine and fair enough whether you do or don't like it. But because I loved the first book so much, and I love Laszlo, and the first book, the ending was just like, oh my god. A couple of people I've seen that have done reviews of this have said that this book let them down, didn't get the ending that they wanted, and I'm just worried that this might bring the whole Georgia down for me, and I'm hoping it doesn't. A couple of people I know have also loved this book as well, and like loved how it all wrapped up. But again, it's the niggling feeling in my brain that's like, shit, what if I don't like this as much as the first book? And then it's just going to be like... And I don't personally think I could think of Stranger Dreamer as a standalone just because of how it ended. I don't like thinking of it as a standalone if that's how it ended. Next one is To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. I started this book, got 84 pages in, and there's even still a bookmark in there, and put it down and haven't picked it back up again. I still have the audiobook for this, and 1 is the size, 2 it's sci-fi, and I'm all good with sci-fi, sci-fi, but it's YA. This is definitely adult sci-fi, and it's a kind of sci-fi that also uses very sci-fi-y language, like sciencey language. It's about a girl called Kira she's on an expedition and they find something that they shouldn't find in some kind of alien form that turns out not to be like the best find. This is really hard to explain, but it scares me due to the size and due to the fact that I'm not used to this kind of sci-fi. The only sci-fi I really read are like YA sci-fi. There's very easily digestible, and this one is going to take a lot of me just sort of like sitting down, focusing, maybe taking notes, which is fine. I don't mind doing that with a book, but it's the fact that I would need to do that with this intimidates me. This one, Hunger of the Gods. The size doesn't get me with this one. I'm fine with this. I don't know exactly how long it is. It's only sort of 630 odd pages, so it's not the size that's the issue for me for this one. It's again, the fact that I loved Shadow of the Gods. I loved the first 3 books in the First from the Fallen series, and it's the same reason why I'm really putting off reading Wrath. Wrath is another one by John Gwynne that I haven't read yet, that I am intimidated by. This is because, again, a couple of people that I've seen have read this have said that it's not as good as Shadow of the Gods. But again, there's been mixed reviews, but when it's an author that you really, really love, you want to enjoy all their books. You want to be able to shout about. And I know you can't always like everything that an author releases. It's not going to be possible, really. But you want to, and I don't want to not like this as much as the other one. I want to be able to say, like, John Gwynne is a 5-star author for me. He is an author author anyway. But, yeah, I'm just nervous about this one. Like, I wanna love it as much as I love the rest of the books that I've read. And I also want to get the first series that he's ever published. And I can't remember what the series name is. But high fantasy, it's adult, it's war, it's battles, it's massive creatures that scare the shit out of me. And it's everything that I really love in an in-depth world of, like, high epic fantasy. But again, it's the niggling feeling like, what if this one's not a 5-star read? Or what if it's not a 5 and not a 4? What if it's lower than that? Like, is it gonna prevent me from picking up the rest of the series when it does bring it out? Is it, like, do you know what I mean? It's very first world problems, I know, but these are books that I own that are intimidating me, that in my mind I want to pick up, but I'm just nervous about doing so. So I need to build myself up. And finally, Master of Sorrows. I have both books. I think it's a series. I don't know if it's just a trilogy or a series. I have both books that are currently out so far. For me, for this one, I've heard great things about this author, these books. It's the trope in this that I'm worried that I might not like. It's another one where magic in the world is sort of forbidden, and he has to hide his magic, and he's supposed to be the one that, like, gets rid of people with magic. I think that's the whole premise of it. But he finds out that he has magic, and yeah, and he has to keep it hidden. I'm not 100% sold on that trope. If any trope is done well, I will generally like it, but I think I read quite a few books that have done the whole, like, hidden magic is bad, get killed or tortured or, like, imprisoned if you've got magic. I'm reading a book now with that trope in. It seems to be something, and I know that you will never get a totally original book now. They all have tropes in. That's why we read them. That's why we enjoy them. They have some things that are different with, like, the way that the writing is and the world building, things like that, but they have certain things in that we really like. Some people love the chosen one trope. Some people love the hidden magic trope. Do you know what I mean? It's you know, I'm just, writing wise, I think I like him with his, from the reviews I've seen, with world building, character work, things like that. I'm sure that I am going to love, and I've heard the audiobooks for this are really good. It's just that one thing, and I don't think it would totally put me off, but like if for instance there was a cheating trope or an accidental pregnancy trope, those kinds of tropes would put me off reading a book. This would, obviously I've got both books, it hasn't put me off reading them, but it's just, there's so much hype around these books for the people that have read them, and in the indie sort of self-pub scope and world that I'm in, like the group of people that I'm in, like a lot of people rave about this book. But yeah, it's just that really. So those are the books that I'm intimidated by that are currently on my TBR. They are all going to be priority reads for next year though. So wish me luck. If you do like my videos, if you do want to see more from me, then please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you don't want to comment anything in particular but you want to let me know you're here, black heart please, that would be very much appreciated. There is a Google form down below in all of my videos now where you can recommend me books that you think I will enjoy. In 2023 I am going to be doing more dedicated reviews. I'm going to try and stick to Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads, and I'm going to do at least 1 or 2 reviews a month on the books that you recommend where possible. So get recommending all the books. You can recommend me more than one. Just hit me with all your favourite reads, and I will do my best to get around to them next year. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all having a great festive season, and I will see you all very soon.
Cold enough to make you shiver, but not cold enough to snow.